Hey, welcome, round 10, the finals of Sunday's Legacy Challenge. I am up against Semi13 and I don't know what he's playing. All I know is that in the semi-finals he won against a Blood Moon deck because a friend of mine actually lost against that guy previously, and then I saw that Semi managed to beat him. So we are on the play, which always is nice, like super nice with Elves actually, and we're keeping a pretty good hand. And I think I'm actually only... What is he doing? He's mighty into 6. Okay. I think I'm not gonna fetch here. I think I'm just gonna get a Dryad Arbor. Because that way next turn we can then cast the current range of the Dryad Arbor. Then... Yeah, okay. So next turn then we can cast the current range of the Dryad Arbor, play Cradle, tap Cradle for mana, go Glimpse, Heritage to it, and then if either our draw for the turn or for the Glimpse was... oh no, yeah, see, okay, yeah. That's what I was thinking. But then, you know what, that doesn't work. That doesn't work because Quirion Ranger can't bounce Gaia's Cradle to untap Dryad Arbor. But overall, it's still a decent thing to do. Oh, I keep pressing F2. So I think there might have been a chance that I was thinking that, but I'm not sure. So he goes ugly basic mountain go. At this point, I think he might actually check my clock. I'm at 24, 25. And then if you go to my upkeep, I'm at 24. Yeah, it's like 1.5 minutes later. Because I was desperately trying to find out what the guy plays. I was like, if it's burned, then I really, really can't fetch Dryad Arbor here. Because if the Dryad Arbor dies, my entire game like goes to shit. So I have to find out what he plays, but I couldn't find out what he plays, so I decided, okay, I'm gonna play it safe, I'm gonna fetch a basic forest on my upkeep, and play it from there. It's slightly less value, but overall, I think the EV is much, much better. Draw Natural Order, don't really care about that Natural Order all that much. And I think I might just play the two Elves, because that's more mana the next turn, and then we get to have a pretty decent Glimpse turn. And seeing Chromebox there, I feel actually pretty good, because it's not like Eidolon of the what's it called, Great Rebel, but it's some kind of Blood Moon deck. Second Chromox, and here comes the surprise. I think he imprints. Yeah, he imprints Sarkhan Dragon Speaker. What if? Like actual Dragon Stompy with a Dragon Lord. Or Dragon Speaker. That's pretty cool. And so he plays Magus of the Moon, which doesn't really do all that much here because we have Quirion Ranger, which still gives us access to 2 green. And Nettle Sentinel is an amazing draw here, seriously. At this point, we can just like kill him on this turn, and there's really not much to say about that. We go Glimpse. Untap the already untapped creature. Replay the forest. Play the Nettle Sentinel. Draw another Nettle Sentinel, and I think from here it's pretty academic. We just keep doing our thing. We even get Nissa. Unfortunately, Cradle is locked under the Magus of the Moon, so we can't do crazy things with Nissa. But yeah, you see, I'm just gonna fast click through this. Just keep doing our thing. And eventually, I think the opponent actually might just scoop it up. Okay, let's fast forward here. I think there's not really much to be learned from these technical things. And yeah, we get in for tons of damage. Opponent scoops before we actually reach his life total. He's like, no, I'm gonna surrender. So that's the first game. And here we are for the second game, up against the Dragon Stompy in the finals. The way I sideboarded this, I brought in 3 decays. And is that it? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it looks like. I took out Nettle Sentinel because it's like I don't want to take it out, but I have to take out something. And given that Dragon Stompy usually plays Chalices, it's the weakest elf against Chalice, and like it depends on, let's say, when it's good. It's really good with I keep calling it Chalice. Sorry guys, it's already getting late. With Glimpse, but I value Heritage to it and Quirion Ranger much higher because they actually produce green under Blood Moon, or at least kind of produce green like Quirion Ranger does, like the second green. And I'm taking out Nissa, even though she's okay. She's bad against like big creatures, like especially if they are dragons, and honestly mostly because I have to take out something. Like she's okay-ish, but if they have like weird threats, she gets outclassed pretty quickly, and the 5/5 might not even be good there. So yeah, she also can't get back Abrupt Decay with her minus, because she only gets back permanence, so that's why I take her out. Being on the draw is awkward. The thing is, if you're playing against like a Blood Moon deck, on the draw, what I'm looking for, of course, is a basic forest. Hey, we got it, but the rest is like shit. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna I'm gonna against this. Yeah. So my kind of golden rule is, if your hand can beat a turn 2 Blood Moon and you're on the draw, keep it. There's no reason to mulligan a hand because it dies to turn 1 Blood Moon, because you only have like 2 outs in your deck, which is like the 2 basic forests that would get you there anyway. So you might as well just like keep the hand as a fetch land, so you can fetch your land. And if he has to turn to Blood Moon, at least you get to play Magic. So I'm keeping this. Opponent kept 7, which is like a really bad sign for us, I guess. But at least we have Abrupt Decay. Pretty sure I'm putting this to the bottom, because having this guy, I want one of my haymakers, like Senate, Visionary, or even Natural Order. Yeah, puts it to the bottom. Opponent goes first, has probably the Chalice. Yeah, interesting artwork. We just play a land and pass the turn. I'm not playing Dryad Arbor, because if he has something weird, then he might like take it out. And even more importantly, if he has Blood Moon, then I will so regret playing the Dryad Arbor over the fetch land, which could get me the basic land. I might actually play Blood Moon there, I don't remember. Chromux. Chromux is interesting. Imprint, Simian Spirit Guide, which makes sense. Oh yeah, this is where he plays the Chalice on 2? I remember that. Okay, Chalice on 2. And we're like, okay, fetch basic lands. And just play another fetch land. By the way, we drew one for the turn. And then it's his turn. He plays Ensnaring Bridge, and we end of turn fetch for a Bayou and kill the Chalice on 1. This allows us to play those 2 guys. This guy is super important, because even if he gets another Chalice on 1 down for some reason, this would allow us to like constantly keep replaying this guy. If there wasn't a Chalice for 2, okay, so that's actually not the point. But this guy also helps us protect this guy, and this guy protects this guy, and that way we are quite likely to get Senate for 3 next turn, which in turn gives us this guy plus Reclamation Sage, which is like really, really big against a deck like this. So yeah, we get to 4 mana, and now for the interesting part, what do you do here? I think it's pretty straightforward, but like, think in your head, what are you gonna do here? I mean, where else would you think, if not in your head? No, too many stupid jokes now. I'm gonna get the Reclamation Sage for sure, but I'm actually gonna take out the Chrome Mox, because once again, how do you lose? How do you lose here? You lose if he gets a Mass Remover spell, and these decks, they play Fury Confluence. And you don't want to lose to that. That would be like really bad. So I'm actually like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna take out the Chrome Mox now, and not the Chalice or the Ensnaring Bridge. Like, I can always take those out later, but one of the ways I can lose if he gets, I don't know, Fury Confluence or something off, and like, he wouldn't kill my board, but he would like at least kill this guy. And probably this guy, since I would need to bounce the Reclamation Sage. So I'm doing this, and I'm taking out the Chrome Mox. And that way I feel much better. He's got 1 card in hand, which apparently isn't a Mass Remover spell. And if he draws 1 now, then he still can cast it. I bounce this guy right away just to get in for a little more damage. 3 damage, like, is important, especially if the opponent is on double Ancient Tomb. He sacrifices the Crystal Vein, which is interesting. Taps the Mount. I guess he's sacrificing it because he wants to conserve his life total. Yeah, kind of makes sense. The thing is, okay, interesting. He's almost playing the Blood Moon like as a mana fixing. Like, obviously he's still doing it because, like, actually I'm not sure why he's doing it. Because I don't really care about that black mana anymore because of Reclamation Sage. I guess he's doing it because he can. And I think I'm gonna take out the Blood Moon here because it gives him more red mana. Or I'm taking out this one first. But I think I should also take out the Blood Moon here. And I do take out the Blood Moon. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. And get him down to 10. So once again, we're not scared of any kind of crazy things he could do. Also, like all his more expensive cards, they usually cost 2 red, which he once again doesn't have. So we really just like get in there. There's one card that you can actually cast. It's a Master Removal spell. I think it's a... Is it a one-off? No, so later on it turns out I saw the deck list. He plays 4 Fury Confluence, 3 Bonfire of the Damned, and... No. 3 Horsemanship, what's it called? Rolling Earthquake, and 1 Bonfire of the Damned. I never expected Rolling Earthquake. Like, I would have expected many things, but I wouldn't have expected Rolling Earthquake. So, I get in here, and as a matter of fact, the guy actually ends up, well, spoiler alert, ends up drawing Rolling Earthquake. I guess I gave it away a little bit too early. But yeah, I'm just drawing a couple of cards. Not really sure how I can lose here anymore. Taking out the Ensnaring Bridge pretty much only like because I can, don't need to. And guy, maybe he even had it all along, I don't know. Anyway, he goes for Rolling Earthquake. Which is funny, because it also deals damage to players. So he goes down to 1 life, basically turning off both his Ancient Tombs. And at this point, I pretty much know that I have won. I bounce Dryad Arbor. I bounce the Reclamation Sage because it's going to be important. I play the Dryad Arbor. I also play the Green Ranger, and I also do play the Senate for Deathwatch Shaman, because you don't know whether he has like some weird thing that makes it impossible for me to attack. But yeah, I guess he wouldn't be able to cast it off a single mountain, and I could still take it out with Reclamation Sage. But yeah, I was like, yeah, if he has something that's like I can't block or it has lifelink, whatever, I'd rather have the reach. But as it turns out, 1 red mana can't win you the game, and I take out the Rolling Earthquake and take game, set, match, championship and win this week's Legacy Challenge. Get, I don't even know, like full set of Amonkhet, 100 treasure chests, tons of player points, Bison Bucks, and the feeling that Elves is really, really good if you like build it with 2 chokes and Nissa in the current meta game. I kind of wanted to say I feel like the meta game will change, but that was like from a very elfish perspective, because technically Elves puts a lot of pressure on those like Grixis decks to adapt, because the way this Elves is built right now, it's really good against all those Grixis decks, but not enough people are playing it. So why would there be like sick pressure on those decks to adapt? I think the much more driving force in the meta game right now is the mirror match, and people are talking about stuff like, I don't know, playing Lynching Souls, and the new Liliana, what she's called, Liliana of Lost Hope, all the same. So that's like all the talk that I hear in like all those chat groups and stuff. That's what people are talking about, not the Elves matchup. So I feel like if you're playing Elves, make sure to play at least play the chokes. I'm not sure if you should play 3 chokes. I think that's actually too many. But do play the chokes. Nissas, if you really don't like them, I think they're still great, but the chokes are really essential right now, because you've seen a couple of those pretty much non-games where like if choke comes down, I think we only lost 1 game where we actually resolved choke, and that was like when we were already seriously behind. But yeah, you don't fall behind against those Grixis decks that easily. They are a bit slower-ish. So choke, great card. And yeah, thanks for watching this. Leave me a like, leave me a follow, leave me a comment if you feel like. So yeah, was a pleasure, and see you next Sunday in the Legacy Challenge, where I'm trying to win a bunch of tickets again. Oh god. Can you guys actually tell how I always feel like, man, how do you even end this? Like it's like when you're in a telephone call with a friend, and well, who calls friends on the phone anymore actually? Like I remember calling my friends for hours upon hours, and I never had like problems ending those calls. But you know those weird calls when you talk to people you're like kinda acquaintance with, and like you're like, okay, so yeah, we have talked and we will talk again, and in between we will do stuff, and like just have the phone, I don't know, die, and so there's a reason that we can stop this weird talk. Anyway, so thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Good night.